I do not understand the play Democrats have right now with Joe Biden. I don't understand it. And the only thing I can see is there is no play. Like they'll make a move and I'll go, okay, so maybe this is their strategy. The only thing I can think of right now is they're planning ahead. They expect Biden to lose. They don't want to throw in any other Democrat candidates who might actually lose because it could damage their prospects after the next 4 years. And so at this point, maybe Democrats are like, let's obstruct Trump moving into his second term, and let's start preparing for a new backbench that can approach the Democratic Party and go for the nomination in 2028. Because I do not see a path to victory at all. And, Mike Cernovich tweeted something that I found very serious. He said Trump is too far ahead at this point for 2020 tactics to work. And I agree. And then Cernovich said, so he expects or is worried there would be an assassination on Trump, as it's the only thing at this point which stops a Trump victory. And a Trump victory is probably going to be really, really bad for Democrats. Because look, Trump talked about locking her up and draining the swamp, but that was all pillow talk. He was trying to whisper sweet nothings into the ears of his base. And as soon as he gets elected, he goes, no, we're not going to do that. Let's calm down. I'd like to introduce you to my good friend, John Bolton. But they knifed him in the back anyway. At this point, Trump's probably like the gloves are off. Mm-hmm. Or maybe not. Maybe it's one big game, but I don't know. You were just saying, Shane, you think that Joe Biden's referencing this poem and he's not going to make it.
Well, I think maybe the logical thing that happens, because I could see the replacement thing happening, but I also see like he's a vessel for power for the left and they get him across the finish line and then he either bows out gracefully, in quotes, or he drops dead. And then my narrative arc, like what you were saying, but just a little different, is that it would be fitting for him to drop dead because his whole career is built around the death, the mourning, the grieving. Wow. And in so many speeches, you can go back and look at them. Some of them at funerals, some of them, the one was the last one he did before being sworn in. He always references James Joyce line about when I die, Dublin will be etched on my heart. And so he would say, but when I die, whatever town he's claiming to be from that time. Yeah, Scranton.
Sorry.
Whichever Biden we're talking about will be etched across his heart.
What if the real conspiracy is that Trump and Biden have been working together this whole time, and Biden is playing the villain so that America can weed out its enemies? See, the thing is, the deep state wants Trump to win to revitalize American patriotism so that we can become strong again. But they know that if they come out and say it, you'll get opposition. So they play the opposite side, make Joe Biden the villain, but he's secretly working with Trump. And then, that's why Obama was like, you don't have to do this. And Joe Biden was like, I'm going to become the villain so that this country can succeed. And so he's going to,
So the deep state is pro-patriotism.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Interesting. I don't think I've heard that one before.
My conspiracy theory is that the deep state was like, people hate this country. How do we get them to like it? Well, if we just come out and say America is good, that will embolden the opposition. Mm-hmm. They'll start attacking us. I mean, look at Iraq and Afghanistan. Everybody was like, screw the military-industrial complex. So Trump comes in and represents the underdog anti-establishment, make America great again. But the bad guys who hate, who push all the most awful things, who make garbage movies, who insult this country, eventually push everyone, including Gen Z, into the hands of American patriots. So, I mean, look, when you got Gen Z being like, yeah, I'm voting for Trump, and the latest poll was like 65% thought that Trump would do well. I'm kidding. I don't actually think the deep state is trying to prop up Trump. But I'm like, if you were trying to prop up Trump, what would you do different?
They just can't stop doing what they're doing. And
they're like, I got an idea. How do we get an entire generation to want to support America, secure its borders, and defend its international interests? Give away the inheritance of Gen Z to non-citizens.
Yeah.
And then they revolt, and you build an entire generation of people who are like MAGA.